Hello from Sydney and welcome to day 4 of creating your personal morning ritual e-course. This is the day where you actually get to create your personal morning ritual. You'll receive with this email and this video your download, your workbook download. This is where you actually get to experiment and play around with your morning ritual, where you get to add to that baseline that you've tried and play around with mindfulness and movement. So let's be consistent and start with a quote. Matthew Weatherly White says that the most important thing I do each morning is steady myself by not allowing a sense of urgency to penetrate. And I think this is really important as we create our own personal morning ritual. This idea that we're creating space for ourselves is really important. And this is sacred time. This is time that we are giving to ourselves. So treat it as you would a really treasured friend, because it's a date with yourself. And it's really important that you give yourself or treat yourself as a priority. So today I want you to download and print out your morning ritual workbook. I'd love to know how you went with your first baseline morning ritual. Did you feel a bit silly? I think when you start putting your hand on your heart, it can feel slightly ridiculous when you first begin. But trust me, it's scientifically proven to help with developing self-compassion. I wonder if you've had the opportunity to really consider what mindfulness and movement choices appeal to you. Don't panic too much if you haven't. It's quite okay to just sit with this baseline for a while and sneak up on your mornings and sneak up on that morning ritual by stealth. In fact, some of us do better when we do it that way. Others like to jump in head first. It's entirely up to you, but I would suggest that you don't leave it too long before you start experimenting with the mindfulness and movement pieces. When you're ready, I invite you to commit to spending that following 7 days straight, consecutively, or experimenting with creating your morning ritual in a way that works for you. Over time, I'm hoping that you will find that you're more productive, that you're more focused, you're happier within yourself, and you have a clearer path, a sense of direction within your healing protocol. Homework for today is to spend 7 days playing around with the mindfulness and movement options. Either pick the options that I have created for you or select your own. I absolutely recommend that you start with the mindfulness and movement buckets. Track your progress on the worksheet. Observe how it feels. This is really important. If you know me at all, you know how much I appreciate the benefits of tracking in my food and mood journal. It's no different when it comes to the morning ritual. We want to understand what is serving us and trust your gut as you step through this process. You want to really focus on what fits for you so that you can create a personal morning ritual that really resonates. You won't stick with it if it's not something that you're really passionate about. I'm going to be back in 7 sleeps to check in with your progress and just see how you're going. So see how you go for the next 7 days, regardless of whether it is 7 days of the baseline or 7 days of playing around with the baseline equation. Baseline plus mindfulness plus movement. Best of luck. Over and out from Sydney.